Hey guys, so today we are going to confirm inverses using composition of functions, which is just f of g of x and g of f of x. So to confirm the inverses, you're going to show both of them both equal to x. So to start off with, given my two functions, which this one I'll rewrite just so you can see it in better form, 3 minus x all over 4. From here, I'm going to start off with f of g of x. So whatever's in the parentheses is what you substitute into the given function. So this means I'm going to take my f function, which is 3 minus 4x, and I'm going to replace the x, because notice it says f of x, so I'm going to replace the x with g of x. So I'm going to write this same function. It will say 3 minus 4, but instead of x, I'm going to replace that x with g of x, which is 3 minus x over 4. And remember, whenever you substitute anything, especially with a plus or minus sign, make sure it's in parentheses so that you can distribute properly if needed. From here, multiplication comes first. The 4's will divide out. And I'm left with 3 minus. I'm going to keep the 3 minus x in parentheses. And if you'll note, the reason for that is because I'm going to have to distribute this negative, which is technically a negative 1, in order to take it out of the parentheses. So this would give me negative 3, and then negative 1 times negative x is positive x. That 3 in the front that I haven't used at all is going to come right down. And then when it's adding and subtracting, PEMDAS tells us to go from left to right. 3 minus 3 is 0, leaving you with just positive x. So f of g of x works, and now we're going to apply g of f of x. So g of f of x means I'm going to take the g function, which is 3 minus x over 4, but instead of the x, which is here, instead of g of x, I'm going to replace the x with f of x, which is this given function. So I'm going to write 3 minus, and then I'm going to bring down the over 4, and I'm going to replace the x in g of x with whatever f of x is, which is 3 minus 4x. Again, make sure you replace it in parentheses. So the whole function is the same except for x. That's all you replace. So if you work on the numerator first, you will have to distribute again to take this out of the parentheses, because note there is a negative here. So if I distribute that negative 1, it would give me negative, let me use a different color. It would give me negative 1 times negative 3, which is a negative 3. And then negative 1 times negative 4x is positive 4x. Everything else that I haven't used at all comes down. The 3 comes down, the over 4 comes down. And then from here, I'm still working on my numerator. I have 3 minus 3, which is 0, because again, PEMDAS, adding and subtracting, go from left to right. And I'm left with 4x over 4. So since there's no plus or minus sign, that means I don't have to factor anything in order to divide it out. Because usually, if there is a plus or minus sign, you have to factor to divide out. Since there is no plus or minus sign, I can just simply divide out, leaving you with x. So this confirms that both of them are inverses. Hope this helps, guys.